Imran and Bilal will be talking about the BCSP certifications and how Innovo USA can guide you all through the process of getting certified with ASP and CSP. Also, we will be telling you more about the 2 scholarships which we are giving away, one for $1,250 and one for $650. There is a process in which you can apply for the scholarships, and Imran shall be giving you more information regarding that later. Okay, let me pass you over to Imran and he will take it from here.
Okay. Thank you, Anna. As always, you enjoy your beautiful sunny Florida. And I know you had to do something, but you cut it short and came here and welcome everybody. Thank you so much. It means a lot to us. And we have a very interesting meeting. You know, we have a lot of good things to share with all of you guys. First of all, I really appreciate everybody. Thank you. There are close to 45-50 people in the meeting right now. So really appreciate that everybody taking time. And we're not going to keep it very long, less than an hour. I know these things get a little boring, but we're going to try to make it interesting, useful, and meaningful for you. And most importantly, there are 2 scholarships that we have come up with in Innovo USA. We're going to give it to mostly probably in Pakistan, India, or Middle East, that region. And there's a process I'm going to explain at the end. And there's a legitimate 2 scholarships, and they'll be used for BCS certifications for ASP CSP or for either CSP or ASP. But just to welcome everybody, I mean, this is me, Imran here. I have a privilege, or I have an honor to represent Innovo group of global group of companies that consist of Innovo USA, Innovo UK, and we also have our Innovo Pakistan in Pakistan as well. And we currently have offices in US, in New York, New Jersey area, in England, UK, and in Karachi and Lahore, and soon we'll be having something in Hyderabad as well. So let's move a couple of meeting rules. Please keep your video on if you like, you know, if not, you can turn it off. But mic, we would request everybody, please keep yourself mute. And you're going to have a good session at the end. You can ask any questions you want. Always, we are open to that. You can question us. You can question our credential, our system, anything. It's going to be a excuse me, it's going to be a very open forum. So you can keep the mic mute right now, and then we'll take it at the end. You can also send a query by chat, or send it to our social media. I'm seeing some messages already on Innovo USA, but we will respond accordingly. And once you have the Q&A, then we turn the mic on. Okay, that's it. Agenda of the meeting: introduction to Innovo. It's going to be very quick. Introduction to mentors. We're going to keep it really short. Even if I start going through the certification of Bilal, it'll take me a few minutes, but I'm going to cut it short, very quick. We're going to have an introduction to ASP, CSP, and other BCSP certification. We are launching 2 others, one as well. But most focus for this meeting is going to be on ASP and CSP. Then we can talk about the eligibility criteria and certification process. And then most importantly, Innovo USA's ASP CSP exam strategies and exam, how we do the prep. I mean, we are getting very, very humbly, I'm saying they're very competitive. Our candidates are getting successful. We have candidates all over the, globe, so people, and plus, I mean, we have our own credentials as well. You can test us. You're in the safe hand. So we will talk about that, and then we're gonna have some. I mean, we always value our alumni, the guys we worked with us for months and months, and they get the certification and they go in the field. And this time I asked them, how do they feel? What do they think about Innovo and what we have given to them? And just a couple of very short videos from them, and then. The most important thing, I have a lot of inquiries. I mean, our emails are flooded. Our social media is flooded with that scholarship. First of all, it's legit. We are giving 2 scholarships. One is around $1,200, $1,300, and one is about $650. There are a lot of questions. We'll touch base at the end, but we'll give you more information towards the end. And then, of course, we have our ASP CSP workshop coming up in 2 weeks, I think. 2 weeks, or Bilal can tell you exact date. And we'll let you know about that. We have some other techniques and lectures we will be bringing in. We are updating our LMS, learning management system. So all these good things we're going to be showing the workshop. And then question and answers. We are open to any question, anytime. So, okay. Next, intro. Here's Inovo. I think I kind of vaguely mentioned, we're a global company, USA, UK, and Pakistan. That's fine. You don't need to know more than us. So we are on the website. So here are our current specialties. Even though, this session is not for the electricity, but, electric safety is big. We have one of the best one in the industry, Bilal Jilani, our electric safety and occupational safety expert. He holds CSP and CSP. Probably only one Pakistani who has both certifications, and 100% a global trainer. He's not like working in the industry and then trying to run a training shift on the Friday night or Saturday weekends. So he's the 100% dedicated trainer. So we do a lot of electrical safety. And then, of course, the famous one, NFPA 70E, we have done for very good companies in Pakistan. And then, of course, our exam preps, famous one, CSP, ASP. And we have some students for CHST and CIT. We have a couple of few students. That's a new thing we're starting. And then SMS, if you don't have the bachelor's, you can go with SMS. Of course, then NFPA, the US's most oldest body when it comes to safety. Their certification, CSCP, all those others one we do. And then, of course, OSHA, that's a god in industry when it comes to safety. So they have their 30 hours, 10-hour, 40-hour training. We provide that. And the new product is that we have on board one of the most senior process safety management fellow. He has joined us. And we also do process safety management. Recently we did a project with the oil and gas, OGDCL in Pakistan, in a couple of places for them. And then, of course, safety, scaffold, and all inspection training, we provide that as well. So this is just a kind of quick overview. I don't want to take any more time. These are our clients in Pakistan, and some of them in Middle East. We are getting a couple of safety and consultancy clients in US as well. So Hydro China is a part of a CPAC. That's part of, we got hooked with them as well. So, humbly, things are going well. So you are in good hands. Yes, Bilal. This is a little bit about me and Bilal. Only one of the few in Pakistan, only one of the few in the region, which gives you a certification from not only have an engineering background with bachelor's and master's and everything, but also certifications from BCSP, from NFPA, from OSHA, from IOSH, from NFPA. I mean, you name it, we have it. So, President Reagan said once, not only trust, but also verify. So, here we are, and we are in market very humbly. I'm not bragging about it, but the thing is that this is the safety market. This is a place where your life is at risk. This is a place where you work and you leave home, and we want to make sure that you back to your loved ones safely, and your industry is safe, and your people who are investors, millions of dollars, their projects are safe. So safety is, it's an integral part of our life if you think about it. So, here we are. We have some, certifications, education, and experience that you can utilize. So I think that's enough. We don't want to talk anymore about that. Go ahead, Bilal. So these are a few certifications, as I mentioned, early CSP, ASP, SMS. A little bit of difference, I think, if you look at a CSP requires you a bachelor degree of 16 years of or 15 years of education and 4 years of experience. And some people sometimes have a lot of experience, but do not have a college degree. For that, you can move towards SMS, which is management, safety and management specialist if you don't have the bachelor degree, but you need to have minimum 10 years of experience. And then ASP, of course, you know, the prerequisite of CSP. A lot of people think about, you know, bypassing the ASP and going to directly CSP through the route of, you know, another UK body in OSH, you know, IDIP, and, you know, a few other CMMOSH. But as you kind of know, I'm not sure we're going to talk about now, Bilal, or we're going to talk about this later, comparison between that route.
Sir, as you want to continue, I will further carry that point.
Okay, that's fine. I think Bilal will more focus on that. So there's two routes. One is ASP CSP, and one is you go through a different body, which is a UK body in OSHA or IOSH, and then you go through CSP. I mean, we have pros and cons, and we can have a discussion after that. So it's very interesting and very good topic that we have a logic and reasoning for that, what we think is the best, and it's very strong. So, you know, we can talk about it and we can take questions on that as well. So just leave it as a discussion. If somebody has a question, we will give our point of view and then we'll take it from there. And then obviously CHST, you know, I am also CHST and one of the probably only one in Pakistan, but, you know, that's not then we have STST, you know, all these training. We have launched a new one, is a certified instructional trainer. So that's a good one. We have a couple of people doing it right now, and we will have good result in a couple of months, and then we can give you more feedback on that. Okay, Bilal.
Right, sir. Thank you so much for your.
Okay, let me just officially, you know, let me put you in the hands of Bilal. You know, I can share only one thing. You are in safe hands. Go ahead, Bilal.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for the nice introduction and the detailed intro of the presentation content. So, guys, thank you so much for your time. What we are presenting here right now in this slide is all the certifications which BCSP offer at the moment. So the best one or the highest one or the golden one is certified safety professional, which is target or objective or of most of the safety professionals working across the globe. CSP cannot be achieved directly. Uh, you are required some prerequisite qualification for that. We will use the term qualifying credential for that. Okay, so we move forward for that details. Then there are few other certifications like safety management specialist, occupational hygiene and safety technician, construction health and safety technician, safety trained supervisor construction, and certified instructional trainer. So talking about their categories, we can say that we have four types of BCSP certifications: the professional, which is at the executive level, the management, the technician and supervisory, and then the training. So we can divide these certifications with this beautiful cycle. The source is BCSP. You can access it with details from the BCSP website as well. The source is mentioned here. So we can see, first of all, that CSP is the master one. So it is at the decision-making level. It is for the safety professional, the industry experts, the senior HEC managers, the company executives. So CSP is for them. So it's actually for the decision making and the strategic planning. But the CSP need a good team to work for them. So here we have the middle management or the safety practitioners. So ASP is basically the middle management certification. We talk about TSP and GSP later. One thing you should remember is that TSP and GSP are designations. They are not certifications. Just mark my word. TSP and GSP are designations, not certifications. All the other are certifications. Moving forward, these two, OHST and CHST, Construction Hygiene and Occupational Hygiene and Safety Technician, so they are specific experts. This is CHST is the expert of the construction field. OHST is the specialized person of occupational hygiene. So in companies to develop overall safety culture, you need the decision makers as well, you need the middle managers as well, and you need some specialists as well. And then here we have another specialist certification that is called CIT, Certified Instructional Trainer. So we know a lot of train the trainer course in which some training techniques are taught, and then some presentation templates are decided, are delivered, or they are evaluated. But CIT is very different one. What I experienced in my own ASP and CSP exam, and now in CIT mentoring, is that training, we think that is quite simple, but it is one of the most complicated topic, because training theories are really tough when you look at ASP, CSP, and CIT content. So it is not an easy field. You need some natural skills. You need to polish those skills as well. And then there are some complicated theories which you should understand to become a good trainer. So that is how all these certifications work. And then STS and STSC, they are basically supervisors. So they have to maintain the safety culture and the coordination between all the certifications. We have missed SMS. SMS is basically for those safety professionals who are very senior, who have like 10 years, 15 years, or 20 years field experience, but they don't have the education to become ASP and CSP. But BCSP recognizes those professionals as safety management specialists and want them to be with CSPs in the strategic planning, because their experience, their exposure is very wide. And BCSP suggests that with SMS certification, those people with rich experience can play a very vital role in the strategic planning with CSPs. Now, TSP and GSPs are designations. So TSPs are basically those qualifications which are accepted as exemption to ASP. We will look at the TSP list in the coming slides. And GSP designation is awarded to those students who study the ASP content in their university education, and their university program in environment or safety is accredited with BCSP. So if you go on the BCSP website, you can see the complete TSP list and the complete GSP list, so that you can know that which diploma or qualifications are accredited in TSP and which are accredited in GSP. And BCSP keep on updating that. First of all, you have to decide for the certification process that which certification you want to choose. So according to your experience, your eligibility, you will choose one of the certification. Then you will determine your eligibility. You will submit the application to BCSP. Then you will get the approval from BCSP for your application, that is normally valid for 1 calendar year after your application approval. Then you have to purchase the exam. Then you have to schedule the exam. The exam for all the certifications is MCQs based. However, the number of MCQs and the exam duration is different for each of these certifications. But all exams are conducted at Pearson VUE exam centers, the computer-based test with proper screening and controls. And the exam is MCQs based, so you immediately get the result. So this is one of the beauty of BCSP exam, that your exam is MCQs based, and you are doing it at a controlled computer center. So there is no chance of like plagiarism or anything else. So this is one thing about BCSP certifications, that when you earn BCSP certification, you really deserve that and you can own that. And on the basis of that certification, you can go and deliver in the field, because you have all that knowledge and skill. Moving forward, once you pass the exam, you have to maintain the certification. And to maintain the certification, it's annual renewal and annual renewal fee, different for each certification, and then the recertification process. We are not going into those cost figures and those annual renewal details for each certification, because our time is limited. So later you can go on to innovousa.com and the BCSP website as well to see those details, and you can contact our team as well for them. So this is how the process goes. You move on to BCSP website, you click on my profile, you create your profile, and then there all the application process starts. So one thing I want to mention here is that this is the first awareness session on ASP and CSP from Innovo USA. Although we are delivering this exam prep for the last 2 years, so many people have been successful from our platform. But we were working on our platform or on our infrastructure and on our system development. So during the last 2 years, we have not launched these free sessions. But now after this free session, you will see the series of videos and series of sessions on our social media and on our YouTube channel as well. So stay connected with us so that you can keep on getting all the updates and all the technical details related to these certifications. Quickly talking about CSP eligibility requirement, because today's the focus of our session is CSP and ASP. So for CSP, first of all, you should have accredited bachelor's degree in any field. Now the bachelor's means at least 16 years education, according to the US bachelor. And like in some countries in UK and India, there are 3-year bachelors. So that 15 years education is also accepted by BCSP, but they will not accept the 14 years education. The 14 years education is called associate. However, this bachelor's degree can be in any field, like social sciences or any subject. It is not necessary that it should be engineering or it should be environment or safety. You can have any bachelor degree for the CSP eligibility. Plus, you should have the 4-year experience where your 50% of duties should be at least directly related with the safety. And then you should have one qualifying credential like ASP or any equivalent. You will see the equivalent list in the next slide. And definitely you have to follow the BCSP code of ethics to comply with the requirements. So you need basically 4 things and you need all of them. If one of them is missing, you are not eligible for CSP. Education, experience, qualifying credential, and complying to the code of ethics. Now, talking about this qualifying credential, the top choice is ASP because ASP is BCSP qualification, but you have some other choices like all these organizations are accredited with BCSP for direct CSP eligibility. So we can say that their listed qualifying credentials are included in the ASP exemption as well, or we can say that they are accepted for the CSP eligibility. So it's CIH is the famous one in US, CRSP from the Canada, uh, then the master's program from ILO, Singapore membership. I'm skipping few important ones. I will come to them at the end. The China qualification, certified safety engineer, and then the Army qualification. This is the US Army qualification, the USA CRC. Uh, the other ones are the famous ones like the CM IOSH status. If you have the CM IOSH status, but you must have the education as well. If someone is CM IOSH, but he has not the bachelor's qualification, he cannot apply for CSP. But once he has the bachelor's qualification, the CM IOSH, and then the 4-year experience, then he can come for the CSP. NIBOSH National or International Diploma in Occupational Health and Safety. Now, mark my words, I'm talking about diploma, not IG or general certificate. IG or general certificate from NIBOSH is the level 3 qualification that is not accepted. For CSP eligibility, you must have NIBOSH level 6 qualification, that is the IDIP, whether it's the national diploma or the international diploma, both categories are acceptable. The other choices are TSP designation or GSP designation. TSP designation means that there is a complete list on the BCSP website in the TSP category where the different institutes or organizations across the globe have accredited their diploma programs or their qualifications directly with the BCSP for ASP exemption or CSP eligibility. So you can look at that list in the TSP category. And in the GSP category, you will see all those bachelor's, master's, or PhD programs conducted at different US and other universities in the other countries, in which they have aggregated their educational program with the BCSP, and what they do, they are teaching all the ASP content in that education program. So we say that they have the GSP designation. The people who pass out from those universities, they have the GSP designation. They just continue their designation, maintain their designation. Then once they have the 4-year experience, they directly apply to BCSP for the CSP qualification. Moving forward, for in the TSP category, there is another important qualification which is accepted by BCSP, that is the State Board Diploma of India. In the State Board, in the Board or Department of Technical Education, there is the Diploma Certificate in Industrial Safety. So a lot of states, I think almost like 30 plus states in India, they are providing this diploma certificate. So that diploma certificate is also accepted in the direct CSP eligibilities. And in fact, we have a big number of students with this diploma from India and from other parts of the world who are doing CSP. Moving forward, for ASP, you should have the associate degree or the 14-year degree only in safety. Otherwise, bachelor's degree in any field. But the problem is that if you have associate degree in safety, you can have ASP, but then again you need the bachelor's for CSP. So this is one important point we should note. As far as experience is concerned, we just need one year experience with 50% of the safety content, and then again compliance to the BCSP code of ethics. So the point is that if you are fresh, you have the bachelor's qualification, you have the experience. The question is that I want to achieve the CSP. Which pathway is best for me? I should do ASP, then CSP, or I should go for one of these credentials and then move to CSP. My advice is that you should follow the ASP CSP pathway. It is good for you cost wise as well, and ASP and CSP are on the similar patterns, so then CSP becomes easier for you. But if you are a senior professional, you already have one of these credentials, then avail that opportunity, save the ASP cost and go directly for CSP. Both choices are available. Moving forward, for further details of cost and details of each of these certifications, I would advise you people to log on to innovousa.com and see the details on our website. And from the to see the stuff from the provider, you can log on to vcsp.org. Okay, coming back to our trade secret, that is the Innovo USA exam prep strategy. Well, our exam prep strategy here is looking simple, but it's not that simple. Uh, First of all, over the last year or so, we have a very professional video lecture access according to the latest version 10 blueprint for ASP as well and for the CSP as well. So with this facility, the candidates joining us, we provide them our portal, we provide them the lecture access, and they can watch the lectures as many times as they can or as they want to, so that they can clarify their concept. We also provide the students the initial gap assessment and the final gap assessment in the form of questionnaires, interviews, our own exams, so that we can assess how they are moving with our experience. Then we provide our resources and practice questions, and we are continuously working on that. You will see very soon our own course content and our own learning management system. Especially, we will launch that on in the Innovo in the US market, and maybe on some big platforms as well, like Amazon maybe. Moving forward, what else we provide is the personal mentoring support and guidance. You know, I am 24/7 available for my candidates. Imran is 24/7 available for their candidates. And this is what is making us really unique and different. Like you can purchase the exam access or the learning portal from any famous company. There are a lot of famous exam prep companies, but they are not providing this support. So when you have a mentor available which can answer you every time according to your customized requirement, I think that is a big facility, and that has really created a difference in our results. Moving forward, our live lecture workshops are coming up. So at the last slide, you will see the detail of that workshop. I will keep the suspense till the end. Then I am engineer and I have a very strong expertise on the mathematical area. So try to develop special tips for that. And Imran contributes with his construction and OSHA expertise. He is the OSHA outreach trainer and he has marvelous experience in the construction industry. So he perfectly covers that part. So that is how we are going on. Yes, sir.
Well, I think let me add a couple of things here, just at the discussion point of view. I think uh, the way I look at it is, I mean, everybody's different, everybody's different. Everybody's approach is different towards studying and towards, I think, if somebody's preparing for ASP or CSP, is the retention rate. How do you can retain things? How you can remember things for 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks, a month, and then take exam, and then you can apply those things. I mean, one thing is that we in that region, I think very good at memorizing things, but sadly, the exam is not about memorization. Exam is more towards the application side of it. And so since everybody is unique, everybody, learn differently, grasp things differently. So that's where I think our mentorship and our program becomes unique because we have that uniqueness. It's not a cookie cutter for everybody. It's a one slide, and 100 people can watch for 200 times, and then what? But here we are. We have a live lecture which is continuously updating, and at the same time, some people who attached with us, I mean, we are available literally 24/7. You have a question, you can discuss in a group, or you can discuss one-on-one, and we love it because that's how we learn as well. I mean, and we're not going to say that we are the expert and we know everything. No, we learn a lot of things from our students. They ask a question, and we never thought that, because we are not here to do make you a PhD in safety. We are here to just say that what the knowledge or body of knowledge OSHA and BCSP or blueprints has given you, how we can absorb them and how we can apply in our field. That's the whole idea here. And we just try to learn things and see how we can apply these. And that had helped a lot for our students, rather than when it comes to comparison, some other online programs. I'm not going to name anybody, but that's one thing. And another thing is, of course, our own certifications and our own credentials and our own presence throughout the world. It tells you that we are not just bragging on something that we had it 12 years ago and no, we still don't have it. Question is that if you want to hire somebody, don't you want to check that person's credentials, that person's qualification, that person's experience, that person's interpersonal skill? The same thing. And then you want to learn from somebody, you got to make sure that you clarify that, you verify that person has a credential to teach us what he's telling that he's going to teach us. That's very important. Okay, go ahead, Bilal.
Thank you so much, sir, for the valuable addition. And one more service I want to mention here is, because we are providing that to market, although we have not mentioned it on our website or social media yet, but we have received a lot of requests and we are providing that service. We will launch that formally soon, and that is the per hour mentoring. There are a lot of people who think that they have the prep material, they have the lecture, they have the experience, they have the resources, but they just face the problem like in 2 topics or 3 topics, or they just want to recap the exam strategy. So me and Imran, what we are doing, we are entertaining those requests in the form of per hour mentoring service. Like you just have the problem on ergonomics. You want a 2-hour lecture on ergonomics, then you can request our team. We will schedule our time and charge you per hour on the per hour basis for that. So that is some unique service we are also offering at the moment, and a lot of candidates in this market especially they get benefited from that service.
And there is a minimum requirement. You just can't ask us, come for an hour. There's a minimum requirement that you have to follow, and you need to have exam registration. You need to schedule for the exam. And then suppose you are you are a fire person and you haven't had any idea what environment is or what mathematical applications are. And those two domains are very weak. You never heard anything about that. And we can just focus on those domains. If you're a process person and you don't know anything about something else, then construction, some people work in construction and they have no idea about general industry. So, then we can help on that. So it's a minimum requirement, but that person needs to be registered with the exam and he needs to have a scheduled exam, and then we can help.
Yeah. So the last 2 points is the mentor strategies, how to handle the exam pressure, because, there's a lot of information in ASP and CSP. The blueprint has like 7 to 8 domains in ASP and 9 domains in CSP. You look at the references, there are 40 plus standards and books. So how can you retain all that information? So even if you study everything, when you are going to the exam, you are just lost. You feel that your mind is like about to explode. So here you need some mentoring, some guideline that how to focus, how to be confident, and how to apply the techniques there. So that is a very important psychological area. So we try to utilize our experience and we try to teach people the strategies, the time management. And here I want to convey you that our next session on Zoom and on the Facebook Live will be on these last 2 points. For all those participants who are just close to the exam, we will definitely share our strategies related to the exam pressure in a special lecture coming next. Thank you. So from here, we will talk about the mentoring experience of a few Innovo USA successful alumni. So we have compiled videos of few participants, and then we have some flags of few participants. So I will first play the videos of those participants. The first one is Mr. Praveen Kumar. He was the first CSP from Innovo platform. So just hear what he's saying.
Hi everyone, good evening to all of you. I'm Praveen Singh, and it's an honor for me to be a part of the Innova USA team. Basically, I would like to thank the Innova team because when I started this journey on CSP, I was looking out for guidance and I could not get any quality guidance. I was working in Abu Dhabi. I already had a qualification in safety in India. However, when I went abroad, I needed an international qualification. Now that you're already a part of this webinar, I don't need to emphasize more on the importance of CSP and ASP in the international arena. However, getting the qualification, the right guidance, I would like to thank Bilal, Khwaja Bilal. I came in contact with him and he got in touch with me for the CSP preparation. It was a very well structured program, right from sharing all the concepts as well as hand-holding, doing all the practices, and troubleshooting any doubts, clearing it on a one-to-one basis. It was not just sort of, you can say, a coaching or a guiding it was more about mentoring. So it's my honest request, if you really want to go for CSP, Innova CSP, Innova US is the best organization wherein you can get the guidance. And the other aspect is they will also guide you in overseas opportunities in US. And now I've heard they're even starting a scholarship program. Bilal Bhai, it's really unfortunate. I did not get the scholarship probably for any other higher qualification. you will keep this in mind कि I did not get the scholarship. So thank you.
Okay, so he was
Let
our
me, yeah, let me add just a couple of things about Praveen. Let me say, I had an honor to talk to him. He's a very humble guy, very professional, very proactive, and you talk to him and you know that person knows the safety inside out, and especially when it's come to behavior-based safety. I haven't seen anybody so focused and so so at home on what he does. And at the same time, I think one of the humblest guy I have talked to, who give a lot of respect, treat us as a teacher. He's a lot younger than at least me. I don't know about Bilal, but Praveen, I know you missed the scholarship, but I'll have something for you. Okay, we'll talk more about that. There's few people who have done CSP. We'll throw something in for you guys after we're done with this scholarship that you guys have opportunity to take a shot. Thank you.
So the next one is Saeed Asif. He belongs to Pakistan, but he is working in UAE. He's our successful ASP, and right now he's preparing CSP with us. So let's see what he's saying.
Assalamu alaikum everyone, how are you? My name is Syed Asif Ali Shahzad. I am basically chemical engineer with the OSHA, IGC and ASP. I have a very long experience in the HSC field. For a long time I had only the qualification of OSHA IGC. But as per the demand of the time and as per the demand of the market, I decided to do ASP and after that CSP. So my experience, I am attached with the Innovo USA since 2019. My experience regarding the mentoring and for the preparation of ASP so far with them is very good. Mr. Khwaja Bilal Jalani, Mr. Imran Iqbal taught me a lot. Every time, at any time, if I ask something, they replied. Regarding my preparation, whatever material they have provided me, I tried my best to go through it, and if I found any confusion or something else, I asked them. Regarding the CSP in current scenario, I am preparing for the CSP and will appear in the exam in the next 2 months or so.
Right. So the next one is Abdul Munsif. He is also ASP, preparing for CSP, and he belongs to Egypt. And this shows you the flavor that students are with us from almost all parts of the world at the moment.
Assalamu alaikum. Good evening, everyone. There is Muhammad Abdul Munsif. I am ASB alumni from Innovo, okay, and I am working as a head section occupational health and safety in some construction company in Saudi Arabia. This video for you to recommend it about the course at first, that I'm highly recommended to go through the journey of ASP and CSP, which is the best way to demonstrate your knowledge and your experience during the previous years and incoming years, and systematic your ability. And the best way to be success and to be certified is choosing the proper mentor. And from my place, I really highly recommend it, the Innovo Institute to be your mentors, which is not only not mentors, they are providing you everything. They are providing evaluations for your level before you start and during starting and after starting, and the gift session for any doubts, and really they have full experience, Mr. Khawaja Bilal or Mr. Imran, and I fully recommended them to help you in order to be certified CSP or ASP. I am also take a chance to thank them because they really increased my concept regarding all of the occupational health and safety problems, and thank you.
Mr. Umair,
And I'm going to just say very quickly something for Munsaf. If you go back on screen, I think Munsaf is one of the guys, who we love him so much. He's you can say, is a walking encyclopedia of David Yates. The guy knows every page, every picture, every table of that. I mean, I remember that when he last about a year ago, and he had some. I'll open. He's my like younger brother. He has some difficulty with language and everything, and we kind of initially had to tell him how to read the question and how to comprehend the question, and then try to see how you can answer the question. So I mean, we went along with him, and I must tell two stories about him. He's one of the guys who went for the Bilal. He's the one who had the problem for the exam, that his exam ended right away on the first beginning.
yeah, the code of ethics issue.
Okay, so he got some language issue there, and he clicked some wrong button. So before even exam started, he ended the exam. So he had to wait for another 6 weeks, and then we had to deal with. I had to deal with the BCSP, and we got his money back. He didn't have to pay for it, but he has the baby born, and there too he had to wait for 6 weeks. So he got worried. But the question is, what I'm trying to make it is just not that we give you a course, we give you our commitment. We treat you as a part of our family. Here, we know about his, baby was born and all these things. So why I'm telling you is, it just gives you a level of comfort that we didn't let him go. Say, hey, we prepared you for that. You screwed up with the exam. This on you. We took him again and under our wings for next 6, 7, 8 weeks, and then he passed the exam. So these are, I think, good things. It's very good to hear from these guys. Yes, Bilal.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Umair, he belongs to the renewable industry, wind industry, and he has the NFPA International Diploma preparing at the moment from us. So you will feel the wind in his voice as well in this video.
Assalamu alaikum. This is Umair Raja. I'm working as a HSC specialist in Northeast Pakistan for the last 10 years. By qualification, I have done masters in petroleum technology. After that, I have done many HSC related courses, especially Inovo International Diploma. My organization asked me to do certifications such as CSP. For that, I have started searching for one of the best institutes.
Well, just cut that. It's too much noise.
Okay, sir. Moving forward, sir, I will hand over,
quickly,
hand over it to you to talk about participants quickly.
Yes, this Shahan Bacha is one of our students, and a mashallah great guy, very professional, and he did both ASP and CSP with us. Then he went and got his CM IOSH as well. We have a lot of respect for him, and he has a lot of respect for us. Good guy. He's my favorite, Vijinder. This poor guy got his center. He was working in Afghanistan. He was from India, Punjab. And I remember he was taking the exam, and then something happened at the base. So exam continued, but he has to walk away from the screen because he couldn't do anything. And he lost about an hour or so while his ASP exam. But, he was still lucky to pass the exam. And still had, he told me he still had 10 more minutes. So, so he basically finished the exam in an hour and 10 minutes earlier than anybody else. So, again, it's a different flavor, good guy. And then he ended up doing a CSP, and now he's doing, I think, one more diploma with us. And, yes, sir.
Yeah. So the good thing about Shahan and Vijinder is that they are registered with us for the straight target that they want ASP with us as well and CSP with us as well.
Yeah.
So we guided them accordingly. We achieved that within the period of almost like around 6 to 8 months. They really did that. Great hard work.
Door close करके जा.
जी जवेद म्यूट कर लें अपने आप को. जी बिलाल आगे चले इसको.
Imran Parvez, he also did ASP in flow with us. Zohaib, he is from Texas, USA. So he is ASP with us, and he's working on the CSP at the moment with us.
Exactly. And currently we have 5 students from USA, one from New Jersey, one from New York, one from Oklahoma, one from Washington, and there's another one from Texas or somewhere. So we currently have 5 from USA, and things are moving pretty well. Okay, thank you. Next.
You're another favorite, Ghulam Mayuddin.
Yeah, my favorite one, Ghulam Mayuddin, star. He's a star of oil and gas in Pakistan. He's a process engineer at OGDCL. Very competent guy, and he was with us for CSP only. He has other qualification, so hats off to Ghulam Mayuddin. I know you're not here, but I hear a lot about you, and thanks for all your coordination with the OGDC and everything. Thank you.
Yeah. So he had the ASP before CSP actually.
Oh, he had the ASP. Okay, yeah, okay. I didn't know that.
Okay, sir. Over to you for the scholarship.
Okay, sir. This is a favorite part. That people are sending messages left and right. We come up with 2 scholarships. Let me just tell you how the idea came up. Idea came up a few months ago regarding somebody approached us. I'll be very honest, and I'll tell you the little story behind it. Somebody approached us from India, and he's currently our student. I'm not sure if he's here today or not, but he is currently our student. I'm not going to disclose his name, and he had been talking to us for a while regarding ASP, but he mentioned financial difficulty. Then COVID hit, and he was in somewhere in out of India. And he lost his job. He had some family problem. Then he'd come back. He couldn't get back. So a guy we knew seriously, he was in some financial stress and at the same time some professional stress as well. But he wanted to do ASP, and he said, I can't have, I cannot pay you $500, but is there anything you can do? But I'll talk to me, and I talked to the team here, and we came up with this. Let's give him a need-based scholarship. Let's see if we can help him. And the guy from India, and we were the first one a few months back. We gave him a $250 need-based scholarship for his ASP, and we're proud that he's preparing very well. He's getting closer to his exam, and one of the good students we have out of 37 we have right now. So that's the idea came up. Then I came up with the idea, how about giving some of the scholarship? Yes, we make money at the same time. What can we do to give back to the community or give back to the people who really need it? So first scholarship we're giving is it's about $1,250. People ask what this means, $1,250. $1,200 means that we have a program which is ASP CSP. I just saw with some of our students who came here as a package from ASP and CSP both. So we have our ASP CSP package around $1,200, $150. If you come with that package, and for one person we're going to give that through free, 100% free. We will not charge a single penny for that candidate for who comes us with the ASP and CSP at the same time. And we will give absolutely nobody would know who the person is, but the person will get that. We will keep the confidentiality. There's a whole process behind it. I will share the process a little bit with you guys here, and it will be available on our website, on our social media. It will be available via email, WhatsApp, whatever you want to ask. This is legitimate, and we have to give it within the next 6 weeks because we're trying to wrap up this deadline is July 31st. That's what we come up with. Again, it's for the ASP and it's for the female candidate. We're going to give priority to female. I think one thing that lack in safety is the involvement of women's involvement in the safety. I'm in US. There is a decent amount of female who are in the safety, and I think they do a very good job in safety because woman has an instinct of looking things differently. Look at the house. Look at your home. Bringing up kids and their safety. Doesn't matter you live in a mansion or you live in one room. Woman has that instinct to see how to be safe, how to be proactive. So I think that's instinct to be utilized in that part of the region, in India, Pakistan, and the Middle East area, that women, we should encourage women. So we came up with this scholarship. We're going to give a priority to women. If we can find a woman, then we give this, it's a merit-based scholarship. You need to be competitive. You need to have good grades. I'll give you the requirement. And there are a couple of requirements I'll give you right now. First is you need to be graduated no later than 2012. So basically 10 years ago. If you are 12 years or 13 years old graduate, then you don't qualify with that. Idea is to give it to young people, younger people, I should say that. You all young, including me, but idea is to give to younger people. So if you are graduated after 2012 or 2012, December 2012, you qualify for that, okay? And what we need from you is copy of your degree, copy of your transcripts, a letter of recommendation from your employer, and you need to be working, you need to be professional. You need to, for the merit scholarship, you need to be working as a working professional. We need a letter of recommendation, it needs to be confidential. So you need to come to us directly, not to you, and then you bring it to us. Just like bigger universities, they always ask letter of recommendation, which are confidential, that it goes to straight in a sealed envelope, and then we know that. And also the letter of recommendation from your college, from your college dean, or whoever the head was, head of department, can write a letter. And then your personal statement, that why would you consider an OI, and why would you consider getting certification for BCSP? Why? Just just a couple of paragraphs. We want to see when inside, because we are getting a lot of response. We want to give it to a person who is doing this for a passion. Is not a person who give it to somebody, and after 1 year, the guy is not in the field. Then we lose money. We rather give it to somebody who has really need for it and be more productive out of it. And again, of course, the BCSP $140, $60 fee that you got to pay, that's on you. But our complete cost is free on that scholarship. And here are some deadlines. It needs to be utilized between September 1st, 2021 to August 30th, 2022. Basically, within 1 year, once we give you the scholarship, you have 1 year to pass the ASP and the CSP exam. 1 year is a huge amount of time. Normally, the students come to us with the ASP CSP. It takes 6 to 8 months. 6 to 8 months. We can get you prepared, but we give you a full year, so you can do that. Deadline to apply is July 31st. Information will be available once this meeting ends on our social media and everything. You can send an email, whatever the method you choose. And all the requirements I have given you. This is for the merit-based scholarship. You need to have a good grades. If you need to have a good interpersonal skill, we might talk to you, and we will put that scholarship, who is the winner, we will disclose the name of that, disclose the name of the institution, we'll disclose the name of the person, which company he works. So he will feel good, the company, institution, everybody will feel good. So we'll do that. But the next scholarship is the need-based scholarship, which is 645, which is basically either for ASP or for CSP. Again, this is for, first one is a combo package for both of them, and the next one is for either for ASP or for CSP. And idea is it's given to male candidates. It's not female one, it's the male. Idea is, male usually work, and they have some struggle, they have to support the family. So see where we can help. So that's the either or for ASP or CSP. And the conditions and the requirements are the same as for the merit-based. And one thing is that need-based scholarships confidentially will be kept secret. We will never disclose the name of that person in any shape or form. It will be only few of us, not all of Innovo, and only few of the core people would know who is the person getting it, just for the confidential. Just like I mentioned to you, we gave this a few months back to India to some one guy. We're not disclosing his name. Same thing, we keep the privacy and everything. Again, idea is to help people. Idea is you guys been good to us. God, Lord, Allah, whoever you call it, is good to us. We are flourishing. The idea is to give back to the community, create the awareness, give somebody a chance, and bring a competitive people. Either you are merit-based, that you have the merit, but you don't have the finances, or you have the finances, but you want to feel proud that you are doing this via scholarship. And one is the need-based, when you do have a need and you need some help or hand-holding, and we will hold you. Idea is you will be treated as the same as any other student. Nobody would know, and you know, you just get once and you keep going. And what else? Bilal is available on the site, or it's going to be available tomorrow?
No, it will be available hopefully tomorrow on social media.
Okay.
By this week on the website.
And we have a Google form for that, I think.
Yeah, we have the Google form, and here is the
Okay.
link. That will
There
be
is a link. Okay, we have a Google form. Do you want to paste the link in the chat, Bilal?
Oh,
Yeah, just paste the link in the chat, so at least you have something. And of course, then you just have a few questions, I think, that would tell you what to do. And the idea is, again, help. Again, I'm keep going. And what else? Anything else we need to cover? Or that's pretty much. Any question answers? Let's have a question and answer sessions. And you know, please, I'm open to anything. Bilal, you want to unmute everybody?
so just a minute. We have to brief on workshop first.
Oh yes. Okay. Very quickly. Just go to the next slide then.
Sure. The Google form link is shared in the chat for all of the.
Hey, good, excellent. Okay. So here's the nutshell. We have a workshop coming up on starting on June 19th for ASP and June 20th for CSP. That's going to be a live workshop, not the recorded lecture one. It's the live one. Me and Bilal both going to handle it, and we're probably going to have somebody join from England as well on behavior-based safety. And I'll bring a couple of the speakers as well, who just give you some aspects of risk management or behavior safety or process management as well, people who work in the field. But this is going to be for 8 weeks on Saturdays, 5 hours per week. I mean, we didn't make it 6 or 8 hours, you know, just 4 or 5 hours is, I think, easy to handle. It's going to be a lot of information. We will share all of our, you know, resources with you on live, and you can take notes and everything when you do it, no problem with that. And I got another one is the CSP one. For the CSP one, let me see. Somebody saying voice not coming. Am I mute? Or no, I'm not mute. Okay, so the CSP one is, again, is 10 hours because CS exam is bit cumbersome. So it's 10 weeks, again, 5 hours or 50 hours total interaction with us. It's a lot of time. We are giving you a lot of information. It's a great session. Probably you know, you will not going to have probably never have a session I have ever seen where 2 ASPs and 2 CSPs and CSCP and OSHA certified people come on the same platform and try to give you a lecture or lesson or monitor you, mentor you, or coach you for something which you are interested in. So here's the information is available on our social media, everything. Please join us. Again, it's getting a little more than an hour. So I appreciate everybody. And you know, any question and answer, we open here, please.
First, we can look in the chat box, maybe some questions.
Chat box. First question is a guy from Ashraf Abdul Haki. He's saying, I'm from Sudan. I'm eligible for scholarship. Of course, my friend. Everybody is eligible. We are not discriminating anything. Everybody is eligible. Absolutely, you are.
Mubin is saying, can you elaborate the experience requirements? So the experience requirement for ASP is 1 year, and for CSP it is 4 years, and you should have the credential. We already talked about that. So let me see if anything else is there. There is one new message too. Okay, let me move up. Okay, so Muhammad Umair is saying that going towards specific question, I would love.
Yeah, Muhammad Umair is talking about specific question. I mean, we'll take a note of this question. I mean, it's not a technical platform. Yeah. So we will get back to you, no problem. Adil, please note the question and we'll get back.
His question is that if I have any specific question, how you would address that. So our answer is we would address that on the personal mentoring platform and on our platform too.
Exactly. We do personal one-to-one, and then we paste in our group, so that would help other people as well. That's the idea. So I'm from India and having 2.5 years experience, so I'm eligible for the prior scholarship. This is say Praveen. Thing is that you need to be qualified to get the scholarship. If you have a 2.5 years of experience, you might qualify to get the need-based one for ASP one. But for the CSP, you need to have 4 years of experience. As long as you are satisfied and you BCSP makes you eligible to take the exam, then we give you the scholarship. But if you're not, then it's not fair with other people who are eligible, to get the scholarship. What is the probability of getting a job after passing CSP in USA and Gulf? I mean, probability is pretty good. Believe it or not, in USA, CSP looked is a very, very good scholarship. Is the highest safety scholarship, safety certification in US. And in management, ASP as well, CHST, all those are very good certifications. And they look pretty well. And believe it or not, just a few weeks back, the guy from Amazon, he works for Amazon, he joined us. And he's going for a CSP. Other day, I got a call from a guy from an Indian guy who works in England with Amazon. And he was asking for that is Amazon is asking them for a safety scholarship, safety certification. And he was thinking about instead of getting a UK based one, he was going to the US based one because Amazon is a US company. I'm not promoting anybody here, but I'm just mentioning the students are looking into these things. Obviously, OSHA is the biggest thing, in safety, and whole BCSP is based on OSHA's, if you think the platform. So yes, there's a lot of opportunities there.
Yeah, Ali Hassan has the direct question with me that is there any VUE Pearson Center? There was a center in Lahore, but I think due to COVID or some other reason, the center is not operating at the moment. Maybe it will resume soon. So your nearest center then is Islamabad. So from Lahore, it's quite easy for you to travel to Islamabad. The next question is 15 years of education plus 7 years of experience in HSE. Can I make eligible for ASP? Yes, definitely. With 15 years of education, it is accepted as bachelor's with BCSP, and 1 year experience is the requirement. So you have that. So you can carry on even to the CSP after ASP. So Spendu is asking, is there any center in Ethiopia? Dear, you have to log on to Pearson VUE and you should check that. Our team will also do that for you. No problem.
Zadnan Zafar is asking a question. Is IDSC acceptable for TSP? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. IDSC is a TSP and you can get into it. What is that Shafula? What is the total fee for ASP including Innovo? We charge at this point, it will go up. It's $499 for ASP. $499. We are giving uplifting lectures, and fees might go up after July 1st or something, but I know it's $499 for ASP Shafula. Yes, Sudan, can you elaborate experience requirement? We did that. Specific question. Omer, do you have any? Okay. Omer is asking that he's preparing with some other resources, David Yates and BCSP and the span book and everything. I mean, all resources are great. I think we're not going to say that other resources are not good at all, but our uniqueness lies on our credentials, our education, our experience, and how we can transfer that into your detention center where you can retain it, and then when the time comes to pass the exam. That's our strength. Other resources are great as well. Absolutely no problem with that. We have more questions.
There are 2 to 3 questions. One person is asking that, is there any CSP value in Canada? Yes, Canada is very close to USA. So CSP is well accepted there. And there are a lot of requirements for Canadian qualifications, CRSP. So those requirements are exempted when you have CSP. So it really makes things easier for you if you have that. British Safety Council level 6 is acceptable for the direct qualification for CSP? No, because British Safety Council level 6 is not listed there. Adnan Zafar is asking that, is there any Innovo office in Saudi Arabia to attend physical classes? We are just waiting for the COVID situation to normalize. Once it normalizes, we are going to conduct the classroom sessions in Saudi, in fact in Jubail, Medina, Riyadh, and in the UAE as well, in the Abu Dhabi separately, and in the Dubai separately, and then in the Doha, Qatar as well. So we have a lot of students, a lot of requests, but we are just waiting for the COVID situation and the pandemic situation to normalize a little.
Okay, the question from Waqas Abbasi. I think you answered that.
Yeah. So
No, you
the
answered.
question is that Ashraf is asking that you said one of requirements is graduation before 2012. My BSc graduation is in 2003, but master's degree is in 2016. So
Yeah.
with master's degree in 2016, he can come for the scholarship.
Well, one thing is that you are old, man. Okay, that's one thing. I think that yes, you can, because your last degree is, I should say that the last degree, we should, I think, refine the condition. The last degree has to be before 2012. I mean, idea is to give it to younger people, but you know, since you made the effort, you come here, we'll consider that, no problem. Yes.
Situzia, I have checked your message. You are eligible for CSP. Just contact our team. Okay, be confident. Azhar, you have 16 years of education experience, but you have IGC. Dear, as I have said, you are not eligible with IGC. You must have the listed qualification. So that's all. I think the time is quite up, so we will not take more questions. Our contact details are in front of you on the screen. So in case you have any query, just log on to innovousa.com or just email us or just drop us the message on our social media. We will be always available, and we can just have a sort of group photograph online, and then we move on to the session conclusion.
Okay. Well, again, thank you, everybody. It's always a pleasure, you know, taking time. It's a different time. You know, people are in Pakistan, people in India, people in Ethiopia, Sudan, Nigeria, Abu Dhabi, Doha, UK, Canada. I mean, all over the place. Thank you, everyone. And we look forward to, if we can serve you and we can make a difference in somebody's life. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, all of you. So the video will be available on our Facebook page as well, and later the recording will be available on our YouTube channel as well. Thank you so much all.
Thank you.